Hello, today I want to give you a quick overview and show you this 2018 BMW 530i. This is a 2018 model and I got this as a loaner car. I have a 2015 528xi and it's at the dealership right now, and they gave me this as a loaner. So it's a 530i. It's not an X-Drive, it's a rear wheel drive car. Let me show you how it looks inside. Now the pretty cool thing about this particular car is the interior is like completely revamped from what you have in the 2015 model. So as you step in, turn it on. So it's like, as you can see, it's a most of the gauges, especially in the center console, might look familiar with the 2015 or 2016 models. The difference that I see with my car versus this car is in terms of this map resolution, for example. It's quite sharp here, and also the fact that this is a touchscreen, and my car didn't have the touchscreen interface right here. It's again controlled by this iDrive right here. Let me turn on the light. Yeah, there you go. So this is the iDrive controller. So everything else remains the same as far as this functionality is concerned, but it's good that they gave an option of either using this or straight up using a touchscreen. And it's like super fast. It's not like slow or anything, but it's nice to have that. And here, as you can see, this also looks a little bit different in the sense that you have like white gauges now. My car has the standard BMW amber gauge, and this also has a pretty cool interior lighting, as you can see here, which can be completely customized. They gave an option of going into the menu and then customizing different colors for the ambient lighting. That's one thing which my car doesn't have. So if you can go see here, go to the color setting right here, and these are all the options that you have. So as you can see, if you select a particular color, let me turn off the light. If you select for example, I go in and I select the blue, as you can see it turns to blue, so on and so forth. So this is pretty nice in terms of driving, especially in the night. The rest of the features are pretty much the same, except that this has a lot of like safety features. So there's this little button right here which says intelligent safety, and you can configure pretty much all these things which come as part of this package. Now I'm not exactly sure what package this is, or does it come like default, which I highly doubt, as this being a BMW, but it is what it is. So you have your pedestrian warning, frontal collision warning, which can be customized. So there are 3 settings. If you click on that, it's early, medium, and late. So lane departure warning, lane departure, if you can see here, so these are the options on it, and blind spot detection. So for the blind spot, that is also one other feature, that blind spot for monitoring. The light glows up on the mirror. In my car, the 2014 BMW, it used to glow right there on outside of the mirror. Now, as far as the other differences are concerned, it looks very upscaled. I like the steering wheel on this particular car. It has got this thick bolsters right here, as you can see, and it has a heated steering wheel right here. The best part about this is, if you are familiar with the old BMWs, click on this, and if you see here in the dashboard, it says steering wheel heating activated, and if I click on that again, it says steering wheel heating deactivated. Now, in my car, there used to be a small kind of like a button right there behind the steering column, and it was so damn difficult to kind of tell whether it's on or off, but because you need to adjust the steering in such a way that you look at it, and if there used to be a light, and if it is the light is on, that means the heated steering wheel is on. If not, then it's off. So that actually sucked, and this probably is a good feature to have. But one thing I can tell you, driving that car versus I got this car like 2 days ago, and I've been driving on interstate and whatnot. For some reason, this steering wheel it doesn't give you a great feedback. In the sense, if you're familiar with how the old BMWs, like 2014s, the 2013s, 5 Series especially drives, you get certain type of a feedback when you're driving, even at low speeds. With this car, what I noticed was this is very numb, and it hardly gives you a feedback. The only way you can drive sharp is put this on sport mode, and then this steering feel will change, and it starts giving feedback, and when you're driving through like sharp corners, you get that feel of driving a BMW. But if it is a normal comfort setting, you don't get that feel at all. Now, I don't know why they made it that way, but it is what it is, and I hope they'll listen and kind of improve upon that fact, because one of the reasons why people are still interested to drive BMW is the way it handles, and they cannot call themselves as the ultimate driving machine if the steering wheel is like very bland and doesn't even give any feedback. So it's like as good as driving in a car. So if you look here, the seats are really nice. It has all the features in it. It has this thigh extenders, power adjuster, it has a lumbar support, which is also nice to have. And then if you look at this console, this gear shift is same as the other BMWs. It didn't change a whole lot. These buttons are like your drive modes, your sport, comfort, this is your normal driving, and Eco Pro. And then this is your parking sensors. Now, the other thing I'm going to tell you is, I don't know, again, with this packages that BMW keeps changing in and out, that if I put this in reverse, as you can see, right, you can see pretty much there are trajectory markings and all that. That's fine. But if you go into this particular menu, at least in my car, sorry about that, let me do it again. So put it in reverse. There used to be a 3D camera setting where you can actually see the top of the car. Now I don't see that in this particular car, so I used to click on this right here, and it should give me kind of a bird's eye view of how the car is, and it's pretty good to have that feature, because I used to use that a whole lot, especially because I have a small garage, and backing up in the garage, it would really make sense to kind of see what are some of the things outside of the car. So I don't know why they took that feature off, but it was pretty good, and I used to love it, and I don't see that in this particular car. Okay, And the other thing is, if you look at the gauge, if you put it in sport, this changes, the gauge changes. So this, the top part where you see the numbers, the tachometer, you see the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, those are like the physical gauges, but the one in the middle, that looks like an LCD, and they are like nicely integrated. You can see, and especially during the daytime, that you can see where that physical gauge ends and where the LCD starts. And what this does is, this is sport, this is comfort is regular, and then if you go to eco, you get that blue lighting around the gauges for Eco Pro. So that's a pretty nice feature to have. And one thing which I kind of feel that BMW can improve a whole lot is they don't give you a customization option. Like if you drive an Audi or a Mercedes, that gives you a lot of customization, especially the Audis, where you can customize this gauge to kind of reflect whatever the data that you want to look at. This doesn't give you that flexibility, because the other day I was struggling to get certain things here, but it's pretty much one or two things that you can do with it. And as you can see here, there's a scroll on the steering wheel, and you can pretty much scroll. It's right now I'm set on the satellite radio, and you can see all those channels, you can select, you can do all those kind of things, but apart from that, you cannot do much customizations with the gauge. All the other things are pretty much standard, as you can see, and it has one touch up and down on all 4 windows. One of the cool features that they have finally included was to have a door lock and unlock button right on the door. I don't know about you, but the BMW which I have, there used to be the lock button, the central locking button used to be like right here in this area. So they took that out from there, and then they put it on the door where it belongs. So that's a good thing. And also, if you can see, this car also has paddle shifters. It is attached to the steering wheel. I haven't used it because the way it works is you put this in a sport mode, and you can actually change. If you see there, M1, M2, M3, M1 is plus. This is plus, and this is minus. So this is upshift, this is downshift of the gears. I didn't use much, but it's nice to have. And overall, I feel the car is okay, in the sense it's, at the end of the day, it's still a BMW, but it is more like luxury oriented. I'm not sure what they are thinking or what was the roadmap here, but it looks like they want to follow Mercedes, giving priority to luxury or comfort over the driving dynamics. So I hope they find a balance somewhere, because it's very hard to get those two things in one particular car. But again, there are other brands which kind of do that, and I hope BMW follows the suit, in the sense they are known for their driving experience or the driving dynamics, and I don't know, for some reason I don't get that feel while driving this car. It's more about cruising on a highway. It's like a silent car, so you don't hear any road noise, absolutely silent. So, and then at the same time you don't get any feedback as well. So it's up to you. I mean, if you are the one who likes driving such cars, then this might be the car for you. For me, I like a little bit sporty feel. I like when I take my corners, even in the comfort mode. I don't want to be changing this modes often. Like, for some reason, I have owned my car for like last 4 years, and there are hardly certain occasions where I drove it completely on sport mode, because even on comfort, It used to be okay drive wise, and it used to be great. Now this car is kind of like, it's more on the bland side, so to say. So that's pretty much it. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what this car is and how it feels like, and hope you enjoyed this. Thanks.